This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Music, please.
Two very talented young men whose mellow and exciting style of rapping has earned them a gold album in only their first try. They are EPMD.
The E double or the PMD. The E double or the PMD.
Then I'll be starting chapping and capping. No time to lounge. I'm packing the strap. And at my point
Good morning. Welcome to the Wyatt Live 9 a.m. test show. Who with me? If you with me, hit the like sign. If you love yourself, hit the heart. If you can hear me well, hit the like sign. But if you love yourself, hit the heart. How we doing on the sound? We good this morning? Top of the morning to everyone. Welcome. It is Tuesday. Damn it, it feel like a Friday. I'm just blessed to be alive this morning. How about you? If you can hear me well, just hit the like sign. Oh, I got a blast from the past. I got some great stuff from today. And we're going to talk about tomorrow. All this morning before 10 o'clock. I'm going to get it all in. So those that want to leave will feel like they started their day off right. Let me educate before you start getting entertained. How about that? What's good with everybody this morning? What's good? How's everybody feeling? We feeling good? Mondays are slow. We know that because nobody really wants to go into the office or back to work or whatever. I get it. Tuesday, we just starting to get reframed into getting this work week started. Your work week really don't start on Monday. I know it don't. It really don't. Mondays and Fridays are just alike. That's the I ain't doing shit day. You only work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Stop bullshitting everybody. Everybody knows that Friday is a chill day at work. Monday is a chill day at work. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the days that you get everything done. And y'all know that shit to be true. You know it to be true. You know it to be true. How many of y'all work hard on Friday? Especially if it's pay week, you ain't doing shit that day. Oh, I got paid today. It's in the account. What time happy hour start? We up out. And on Monday, after the weekend, it's chill day. It's absolutely chill day. So Tuesday, I know some of y'all back in the office at work right now, maybe got an earpiece in right now, checking out the show. You're going to give me till about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:15. Oh, I watch the numbers. Yeah, I get a graph or a scale after every show, and then I get a monthly one. I get a daily and a monthly one because I'm sophisticated. My technology now is sophisticated. I can keep up. And it allows me to see how long people listen, where they listening from, and all of that. So just to let y'all know, when I start giving away gifts and shit on the show, I'm going to give it away to the people that watch the most. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give the gifts to the people that got the highest viewer rating, and I ain't even going to lie to you. I am not going to perp. I ain't going to be like, caller number 6, because caller number 6 might be a double agent. You can't win nothing over here, caller number 6, if you working for the other side and all that old shit. You can't do it. I ain't giving away nothing. Now, y'all got to understand, I do have some gifts on the way. I'm giving away t-shirts. I'm giving away hoodies. I'm giving away hats. I'm even going to do a couple things that's going to blow your mind. I'm going to give away an Apple Watch. I had all that shit to say about Rolexes and who, somebody was hating because people who wear Apple Watches, such as myself, which I get every bit of $300 out of my Apple Watch. And usually I ain't got to worry about walking down the street and somebody snapping me in the back of my head for my Apple Watch. I can't say the same about a Rolex. I ain't hating. I'm reading a couple of y'all mind right now. Wyatt hating. He don't like people who got Rolexes. I'm not hating. I think the hate came from the people who said the Rolexes, people with Apple Watches think they got Rolexes. That was the hate shit. I'm not spending 35 grand on a watch. Now, let me drop this gem on you real fast. If you really want a Rolex, I can tell you how to get one and save 40% on it. I don't work for Rolex, and Rolex ain't paying me to say this. Matter of fact, they would discourage me from saying what I'm about to tell you. If you really want a Rolex, the best way to find one, the best place to get one, I can get you on a flight. You got to pay for it. I can get you on a flight, get you a hotel room. You got to pay for everything that I'm telling you. I ain't getting you shit. I'm just giving you the directions, giving you the blueprint. Get you on a flight, get you a hotel room for probably just one day. And that flight has to be round trip. Hotel has to be for 24 hours. I want you to fly to Vegas. I want you to fly to Vegas for one day. You can make it into a trip if you like. But I'm about to save you 40% on a Rolex. Actually, it's more than that, 60% on a Rolex. I want you to fly to Vegas. And I want you to hit the pawn shop strip. And you can get a $35,000 Rolex for about 16 grand. Taxes and information piece and the numbers and everything on it. So if you ever want to get and nobody would ever know, right? No one would ever know that your Rolex came from a pawn shop. Do you know how many Rolexes are sitting in the pawn shop? There's a hell of a lot more pawn shops that have Rolexes than they have Apple Watches. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. Why does the pawn shop have fleets of presidentials, Onyxes? I'm talking all these different styles. The brownstone notch. Why do they have all of those? Because people had no business with them. But you might find a few Apple Watches in the pawn shop. But damn it, you can get anything you can get on Rolex.com. You can get it at pawnshoprolex.com in Vegas. And you'll still save the money flying out to Vegas round trip, paying for a hotel, as long as you don't stay on the strip. Another gem for you. People that want to go to Vegas, I go to Vegas all the time. If you want to go to Vegas and you want to overspend, stay on the strip. Everything costs everything. Everything costs, it's inflated. Astronomical prices. Astronomical prices in Vegas. And here's the other thing. I don't want to kill anybody's dream of going to Vegas, but it ain't all that. If you ever watch a HBO, it used to be HBO fights, but a Showtime fight or these fights on the card or whatever you see when they use the aerial coverage of Vegas, when you get to Vegas, you're going to be like, damn, this is like Fountain Square. I mean, it's not big at all. You can literally look down the strip and be like, that's the end right there? But on TV, Vegas looks huge. Vegas look like you got a whole lot of shit going on. That's the part of Vegas that is very expensive. I went one time with my wife. You know what? I think it was I remember this. I remember exactly what it was. It was the Adrian Broner Manny Pacquiao fight. Of course, I was part of that team, but I had my wife with me. My nephew and his girlfriend ended up going out there. And my dumbass, being as generous as I am, I'm a generous guy with my family and my friends. I really am. But 4 years ago, I was overly generous. And I was like, oh, y'all, we hanging. Okay. I caught up. My nephew called me. Hey, we at the such and such. All right, well, my wife and I about to go to dinner, man. If y'all want to go, feel free. Y'all can come with us. Now, y'all know I'm the type of individual, if I invite you, I am going to pay. That's just me. You can ask anybody I've ever gone to lunch with, ever gone to dinner with, ever gone to brunch or breakfast with or whatever. If I call you, if I ask you to go, you've never paid. No matter where we go, you've never paid. I think that's common practice in people that got some couth about themselves. That's just me. Don't call me and ask me if I want to go to lunch. Ask me if I want to go to dinner. And when I get there, I got to pay for my food. Maybe y'all might want to call me something, but Maybe that's why I call people more than I get calls, because of my principles in that matter. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But I believe that if I call you and say, hey, let's do dinner, let's do lunch, when the bill come, I got it. That's just me. And no, I don't expect you to leave the tip. I know that's common practice. If I take care of the lunch check, in common courtesy, people will be like, hey, look, I got the tip. No, it's okay. It's on me. I get it. But I respect it, and I love the fact that you did offer to pay the tip. But it's not necessary with me. That's just me. I know some people that make it clear, like, hey, bro, you want to go to lunch today? I got a partner, me and him, we switch times. I mean, he may call and say, let's go to lunch today. Wyatt, I got some time. I'm like, cool, let's go. And when we get there, I realize, damn, it's my time to pay. We flip-flop. We exchange, the gift. He might call me and it might be my time to pay, and I ain't thinking of it like that. But when we get to lunch and the bill come, I might be like, oh yeah, okay. You know what, bro? You paid last time. I got it. Oh no, why did I ask you? Now, see, that's who I rock with. I rock with people that think like me. I'm just saying. And I got some people that'll say, hey, let's go to lunch on me. Whatever, I got it. Let's get past that. I just wanted to add a little bit of that to it. But the truth of the matter is, if I ask you to go to lunch, excuse me, let me fix the camera. If I ask you to go to lunch, dinner, wherever, if I ask you, I got you. I'm not going to ask you, look. That's why I don't ask anybody, hey, you want to go shopping? I don't do that. Ain't nobody on here ever heard me say, hey, yo, what you doing today? You want to go shopping? And my kids also know that same rule. They'll hear me say some shit like, hey, like over the weekend, Mother's Day weekend. I'm like, hey, y'all want to go up to the outlet? They know, woo, daddy buying some shit today. They not even thinking it's Mother's Day weekend. Maybe I'm buying mama some shit. But when they got that invite, see, you got to understand, my kids think it's okay to be lazy. They think on the weekends it's okay to lay in the bed and be asleep all freaking day. They think it's okay to wake up, roll over at 11 o'clock, look at whatever they doing on their phone all morning. They think that's okay when they know they live with a guy. I'm a father that has a regiment. I'm a regiment guy. My days are the same every morning. I run a regiment of how I live my life. And they know I don't like that. They know I don't like that laying around in bed shit all day. I don't care what you did yesterday. You knew what you had to do today. So, here's my thing. I asked them. I knock on the door. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning over the weekend. I think it was Saturday. And I'm like, hey, y'all want to go up to the outlet? It's Mother's Day weekend. Now, I was very specific when I said, it's Mother's Day's weekend. That kind of makes it a Mother's Day trip. Oh, they put their shit on so fast. Hey, yeah, daddy, hey, yeah, daddy. I didn't see ponytails be put in so fast in my life. Up and ready to go. Because they know when daddy invite, daddy gonna pay. They don't never come to me and say, hey, dad, you want to go to the outlet today? Or you want to go to the mall? They always come tell me where the fuck they going. Oh, dad, we gonna go up to the outlet. Dad, we going to Maggiano's. Dad, we'll be back. We going to Waffle House. I can't get a waffle. You can't treat your old man to a waffle. You ain't going to ask me if I want something. Yeah, Dominique, you know how y'all throw that hair in a ponytail real quick and fast when you're trying to go somewhere. I have never seen water hit the hair form into a ponytail so fast in my life. Out the bed, water to the hairbrush, ponytails. Dun-dun, let's go, daddy, we ready. But if I was like, hey, we got some shit to do around the house today. I want to go clean the pool. I need y'all help. Oh, Dad, yesterday, I was up all night studying and I was doing this all night, Daddy. And Daddy, them leaves be heavy, Daddy. And, I don't like the smell of chlorine. You mean the chlorine that you swim in? You don't like the smell of chlorine, but your ass will jump in the water all day long. But you don't like the smell of the chlorine that we have to put in the swimming pool. But you will jump in it all day long. Invite your friends to that shitty ass chlorine pool. I get it. Spoiled ass kids. Get it. All right, so let's move on. Let me explain something to you real fast. I got to do this because I may be wrong. And I want to ask everybody if I'm wrong. I ain't wrong. I got into a little debate this morning with somebody that wanted to argue. I would put his name out here, but you can go to my Facebook page. I put a post up about, are y'all ready for are y'all content with these high ass gas prices? Have you seen my Facebook page? I put a post up and I said, hey, have y'all noticed the gas? Because I live on what I say. I told you a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago on Wyatt Live, I said, hey, by mid-May, gas will be about about $3.75 a gallon. It's close. We're mid-May now, and it's like $3.43. It's $3.49, $3.59. I said I paid $3.59 yesterday. So I was off by about 6 or 7 cents, maybe 8 cents. I don't know. I ain't on the money all the time. But I said by mid-May, it'll be around $3.75. By June, we'll be at $4.25. And possibly July will be right at that threshold of $4.99, $5. I said that 2 months ago. And when I put that post out, I said on the post this morning, I said, are y'all keeping up with the price of gas? Or are you content with where it is today? Like, are you already just expecting the gas to be expensive so you don't even think about it or pay attention to it anymore? Because that's what happens when we get into these riffles and roughs. When things happen at the beginning, that's when it's at its most important point. I don't think so. I think anything that you ever hear me bitch and complain about, if it stays steady, I'm going to stay steady with my bitching and complaining. I'm not going to let it just be, especially when it can be controlled. Some of us just get amnesia of dumb shit. Like, we just holler about shit and then we just forget we had a problem with it. That's wasted energy. I'm never going to do that. If I'm bitching about something, I'm going to bitch about it until it change. That's just me. I ain't never got no I can't do nothing about it attitude. I don't participate in things that I can't have any impact on. Like, if I fly to Vegas, Vegas is only expensive to those that don't investigate it. You can go to Vegas and instead of paying, I'm going to get back to my story about my nephew and them going with me to dinner. Vegas is only expensive to those that don't investigate what they need to do. And that is keep up with your prices. I could go to Vegas, the same dinner that you're going to have in Vegas. If you on the strip and you go to a steakhouse and it's 4 of y'all like it was myself, my wife, my nephew, and his girlfriend. Now look, I invited them, so I had to pay. That's my rule. Yeah, y'all come on. We're going to go over to the Ventura. Now, I know what the Ventura costs. I know what it costs. We get over there, and the bill was $425. I'm the only one that don't drink. My wife had a wine. She had a cup of wine, or maybe a couple cups of wine. I don't remember. And, of course, my nephew and his girlfriend, I don't know if he's watching right now. I know it's his ex-girlfriend, which makes my money feel real funny right now. They had everything they wanted. And, sometimes people, I don't mean to be hard on your nephew, but sometimes y'all just take advantage of shit. And, hopefully one day you'll give it back. You'll reciprocate it, in some kind of form or fashion. I won't hold my breath though, nephew. But let me just explain. The bill was $425. That's not really the end of the world. But now that was years ago. 4 years ago. Since then, I've been a much improved spender. And what I mean by that is this. I've since then learned to start going off the strip, having just as much fun at casinos, at the parties or whatever they got going on. I've learned to do more off of the strip than I have on the strip. The strip is just for TV. The strip is just for show. You can get the same souvenirs. You can get the same experience. If you want to go to the MGM, damn it, go tour the MGM. But if you really want to go to a casino and pay some fair prices for steak and lobster, go to Sam's Club. I know y'all gonna be, or sorry, Sam's Town. Go to Sam's Town. You know how much MGM? I paid $1,100 for 4 nights at the MGM. Beautiful view. I could see the Rocky Mount. I could see the mountains. I could see the strip. I ain't gonna lie. I stay at pretty nice places. But it was $1,100 for 3 nights. I said 4. It was $1,100 for like 3 nights. Don't sound bad, right? Well, when you compare that to like Sam's Town, and you can pay $79.99 a night. You can pay $79.99 a night. Now, it might be listed at $149 a night, but you can go to Sam's Town and get your card. Sign up for one of the players' cards, and when you do that, you'll get a free dinner, and you'll get 50% off your stay. And I'm like, what they gonna do? Send me a bunch of junk mail? I get a bunch of junk mail anyway. So I go out. When I go to Vegas, I stay at Sam's Town. That's what it's called. SAM Town. Sam's Town Casino. It's only about 10, 15 minutes from the strip in an Uber. And it's only like a $10 Uber ride. Now, I don't know if it's $10 now, but it was $10 when I was there. So it probably is about $15 now. And it was $79 a night. I could stay in that. And the rooms are fabulous. Like, it's a Vegas room. It's a Vegas room. Internet, great view of Las Vegas. It's just pushed back off the strip. And I spent $1,100 in a week compared to $1,100 for 3 days at the MGM. Now, I know I'll never get an endorsement from the MGM for what I just said, but it's the truth. That MGM room was close to $400 per night. If you stay at Sam's Club and you spend $400 a night, that'll include the hotel, your dinner, and the few $100s that you're about to lose at the casino. I'll never do it again. So whenever I go to Vegas, I'm going to tell y'all now, I spend my money on different shit. I don't spend my money to be seen and heard and felt. I spend my money to be able to enjoy my moment. Now, for some, enjoying their moment is being seen, heard, and felt. That ain't my cup of tea. No pun intended. That ain't my coffee. My coffee is to go there and win some money, watch a fight, do what I do. I don't have to be seen, heard, or felt. But for each his own. I got a video I want to show y'all real fast while I got a few people here before they float up out of here. Speaking of spending money wisely, let me see if y'all can understand this. I want to know if this is true or not. See, when I say shit like this, I get in trouble. When I say this, I get in trouble. But when the Muslim brothers or somebody with a bow tie or somebody with a clean suit on or somebody that says it in a more articulate fashion and sounds more like for the people say it, then you gravitate to it. And y'all be like, yeah. But when I say this same comment, if I make this same comment I'm about to play you, if I say it, y'all want to call me an elitist. I don't like black people. All that old bullshit. But I love it. I love it because it feels so, you know what really, really feels good? When you prove made up minds wrong. Try it sometime. My mind is made up about the shit that I say, so come here and challenge me and prove me wrong. And watch the feel that you get once you prove me wrong. You ain't even got to prove me wrong. Prove somebody that you know always on their circle or they square about something. Prove them wrong with real information. prove them wrong with real information and watch how that hit different. So this is what I want you to listen to. You tell me if this is right or wrong. Roll that clip, cowboy.
The only people on the planet that blame the white man for 95% of our problems, but still spend 97% of our money with them. We, the black people, we are the leaders in unnecessary spending. You know what unnecessary spending is? It's buying stuff you don't need with people with money that you don't have, from people that you don't even like, to impress people that you don't even know. So that's us. So I'm saying that to say that let's put an end to retail therapy. Keep the family time. Keep the dinner, keep the love, keep the unity. Let's just get rid of the paganism and let's withhold our dollar as a discipline.
Okay. Who agrees or disagrees with that? Who agrees or disagrees with that? Now, y'all know when I say this same shit, it just hit different with some made up minds. When I tell people to get their own swimming pool, when I tell people to get your own restaurants, when I tell you people to slow down, stop buying Rolexes, stop buying bullshit, when I say that shit, then I'm an elitist. I don't like black people. You think black people always do. No, what this brother just said is absolutely true. We complain and bitch about the same people all the time, all day, every day. Every day. We bitching about the same shit that we epitomize, but yet we support it. I'm just curious. Why is it when he said it? Wait a minute, let me put him on the screen if you don't mind. If y'all don't mind, let me see. Why? Let me just put brother. Do we don't even look that different. Hold on. Repeat what you said, brother.
The only people on the planet that blame the white man for 95% of our problems, but still spend 97% of our money with them.
Is he lying? Is he lying? Hold on, I got more.
We, the black people, we are the leaders in unnecessary spending.
Is that a lie? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I think he said some other shit. Hold on.
You know what unnecessary spending is? It's buying stuff you don't need with people with money that you don't have, from people that you don't even like, to impress people that you don't even know. So
is that true? Is that what them Rolex is doing? Come on, son, because he look younger than me. I ain't never trying to. I know this young man could probably be my father. I mean, I could be his father. I'm old enough to be his daddy. I'm that baby's pappy. I'm that baby's pappy. Keep talking, young blood. Keep talking. Maybe this generation will listen to you because they don't listen to me.
That's us. So I'm saying that to say that let's put an end to retail therapy.
You mean stop spending that money on Bizanke and Gucci and all? What? This man done lost his motherfucking, he done lost his mind. Does he know what bacon tastes like? Does he know what Gucci feel like on your back? Does he know the feel that I get when I put my Rolex on? Does he know the feel and the thrill that I get when I put my chain on? Hold on. This man then lost his mind. Does he understand the feel of having 15 chains around my neck and people looking at me and I got on enough jewelry to buy a house? No, Maya. No, Maya. No, little queen. No, little queen. You shouldn't say that. Because you shouldn't say that. Let me let him finish his words, please.
Keep the family time. Keep the dinner. Keep the love. Keep the unity. Let's just get rid of the paganism.
Okay, if I have a real criticism about the brother, now y'all know I'm just having fun. He's on point. He's on point, okay? I'm just having fun. I do have somewhat of a problem of one thing that he said. Not a problem, but a question. But when he just said, keep the family, have the dinners. When I say shit like that, why is it a problem? When I say, when was the last time we all sat down and had dinner together? We only do it on Thanksgiving. We only do it on certain days, special occasions. But when I was a child, when mama said it was dinner time, granny said it was dinner time, me, my mama, my uncle, my grandmother, we sat at the dinner table and we had discussions. We talked about what our day was yesterday, the day that we plan on having tomorrow. We talked about homework. Was it done? We talked about how things went in school. We had conversations. Now we letting Facebook, YouTube, and especially TikTok raise our children. That's what's raising our children, and we wondering what the fuck the problem is. Now, the one thing that I did have a problem, I don't have a problem with it, but let you hear this one little part again, what he said.
And let's get rid of keep the unity. Let's just get rid of the paganism.
Okay, I'm confused. I know these brothers get to talking that March talk a lot. I get it. And I know they tend to implement big words sometimes, and it rhyme and it go well and it sound powerful sometimes. I don't display my I don't really display my vocabulary on Wyatt Live because I don't want to mix my feelings, my people's feelings. I don't want y'all feeling like I'm trying to be some up-the-ass brother. But one thing I will not do. He used the word paganism. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Hold up.
And let's withhold our dollar of the paganism. And let's just get rid of the paganism.
The last time I checked, paganism, and I could be wrong, folks, but isn't paganism like the belief of some type of like having beliefs of multiple gods, different gods and stuff like that? So I'm trying to figure, I don't understand. I guess it means something in this conversation because I've done the same thing. I've used words that don't really go with the conversation because in my mind, I had certain things going on and I'm using that word to describe maybe something at the beginning of the conversation and I just lost track. It's easy to do when you're a talker. But I thought paganism was the belief. Maybe, okay, Roz is, see, I think Roz is on to something. Because I think paganism is like religion of some sort. And I think what he's trying to say, like Roz says, that makes a lot of sense, Roz. So I'm going to bring it to it like this. I think Roz is on to something. He said fake holidays. So, but see, that still doesn't really fit in to what, you know what I'm saying, what he's saying right now. I understand if you're talking about fake holidays, maybe he's referring to like Christmas and things of that nature where you give away gifts and you're spending your money. Maybe that's what it is. But I was a little thrown off by the paganism because I understand it to be the belief of different religions, maybe holidays as well. It's been a long time since I've heard that word. Y'all do know I used to follow the Nation of Islam back in the day when I was younger. I wasn't a Muslim, but I did follow the words of Minister Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad. I was into that. And it gave me what I needed at that time in my life. So let me let this young man finish.
And let's withhold our dollar as a discipline.
Let's withhold our dollar as a discipline. Let's hold our dollar as a discipline. Wow. When I say that, maybe I don't say let's hold our dollar as a discipline. I say let's hold our dollar as an economic piece, as valuable as it really is. I'm going to go to the phone lines real fast because this person's been holding for a long time and I said I was getting right back. My apologies, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Wyatt, I was about to hang up on your ass. What up, man? You know who this is.
You
I don't
called
need
me
no
when I was
introduction.
making a point, bro. My bad.
Okay, well, you know I'm old enough to be your daddy.
I don't know my daddy. Daddy, send cash at me something. Let me give you my cash app.
You know old folks don't be fucking with cash app.
Yes, they do.
But hey, here we go right here.
Okay.
Paganism.
Okay.
Paganism.
Okay.
Two definitions.
Got
you. A religion other than one of the main world religions,
that's what
specifically a non-Christian or pre-Christian religion.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense.
And the second one, which is more modern, the second definition, a modern religious movement incorporating beliefs or practices from outside the main world religions, especially nature worship.
Okay. So it's on point.
Okay. So you was right. You was right on your definition.
I only knew it of the first one, to be honest with you. I learned it as a kid, and you know, things don't stay with you, but you know, things change in the dictionaries too. That second version may not have been in there 25 years ago or 30 years ago. It may not have been there. You there? Go ahead, bro.
No. Go ahead. I didn't want to talk over you.
I'm sorry. The floor is yours. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. And again, here's a little follow-up quote in the under the second definition. The quote is, modern paganism includes a respect for Mother Earth. So maybe he's talking about the whole, I don't even know the date of the video you showed. I don't know when that was said, but let me tell you, coming from an old Black Negro, it's nothing new. This type of rhetoric that you're talking about, that young man's talking about, has been spoken about in the Black community ever since that money started coming from Washington, D.C. through the Civil Rights Act and other civil rights legislation. When that money started coming back to the communities to help Black people, that's when this type of talk began. Mm-hmm. Because Black people that were getting these benefits from Washington, D.C., they was doing what Black people have always done, Wyatt. Celebrate, have fun, to get away from the daily life issues that affect Black people in this country ever since they were brought here from the other continent. So again, Wyatt, in 2020, in the 2020 census, okay, there were 46,936,000 African American / Black people in America. All right, that is 14.2% of the 331,449,000 people in America in the 2020 census. So again, Wyatt, Black people are going to always spend their money or spend other people's money on them credit cards to have fun, to be part of the excitement. So Wyatt, your comments about Vegas, bro, I'm just saying, it's a reason the Strip is what it is.
Sure.
Because people want to be part of it. Why old people do what you just described. Go off the Strip where they got the money to where if they were staying on the Strip, they wouldn't get as many amenities if they went off the Strip. So again, why I just wanted to, I don't want to talk no politics, but before I go, did you hear your new mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson?
I did.
Wyatt, if you got that clip, you got to play it, because Lori Lightfoot, the outgoing mayor, after hearing him throw out the welcome arms of the Black folks of Chicago for all the illegal immigrants and asylum seekers, Lori Lightfoot called that man a Democrat socialist.
Imagine that. How is she going to now all of a sudden? Now, this is going to be weird, but she's about to be a hero. She's about to be a hero, more so to probably to her own party that she was doing so much harm to it, to be honest with you, to her home
Well, why
community.
she gonna do two things, right? She gonna do either what Stacey Abrams did, who lost in Georgia for the governor's race. She went to Africa and helped them with their elections, okay? Lori Lightfoot, I think, is going to go on TV because, again, she represents, 4 or 5 different boxes.
I don't think that Lori, I disagree, but I respectfully disagree. I don't think Lori Lightfoot is very, I don't want to down her or anything, but I don't think she's as well spoken. I don't think that she has the ability to be attractive on TV, and I don't mean visually. I mean, I don't think her comments, I don't think how she holds a conversation is attractive.
No, Wyatt, come on, bro. They ain't got shit to do with it. It's a bunch of ugly lesbians, black and white,
I'm not
all over
TV.
TV.
You took what I said out of. I wasn't talking about her visual. I was talking about. I don't think her conversation is attractive. I don't think her flow is flow. I think that she's is not very. I'm trying to find a polite way of saying.
I know, because you gonna keep looking. It ain't no words to find.
Well, because okay, I could say it, motherfucker.
She's perfect for TV.
No,
Why?
she's not.
See, again,
she might
listen
be perfect.
To what I'm saying.
She might be perfect for somebody that watches conservative television or something because they'll chop her to shreds. But in a conservative way, I mean, on a platform like a CNN, she wouldn't do well on CNN because they would want her to be a consistent flow. She's not very engaging. You understand what I'm saying? She's not.
Yes, but okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to spin it from a political standpoint, okay? Because again, this is an election year. Wyatt, the Democrat Party and the Biden re-election team just threw Eric Adams off of their team, okay? And you know what Eric Adams been saying about the current administration. All right. So now you throw Lori Lightfoot in the mix, who just got ousted in Chicago.
Right. What network are you referring that she would be on? I mean, are you thinking of particular?
No, I'm saying because of what's happening with Joe Biden and the Democrat Party with this election coming up and what's happening with Trump, all these positives for Trump, the Democrat Party is about to split. And it's going to be the Lori Lightfoots and the Eric Adams from New York and Chicago who were hard on the administration about their immigration policy. Then you got the side like Brandon Johnson who's talking about, we opening our arms. We bring in all the Mexicans. F what the black people been saying over the weekend. F them. F our voters. Bring in the Mexicans. The great replacement theory. So all I'm telling you, Wyatt, you watch for the division within the Democrat Party from these black big city mayors, because they're going to start feeling the effect of all these migrants, immigrants, asylum seekers, whatever you want to call them, coming into the interior of the country.
I get it.
So, all right. So just get ready.
I understand.
Just get ready.
I don't think Lori this is just you and I talking right now. Let's forget the audience is here. I just don't think that Lori Lightfoot is going to go on television. I don't think that she even feels comfortable speaking to crowds. I don't think she feels comfortable being on TV. I think she's done enough with her policies and the way she ruled, the way she managed Chicago. I think it would be an embarrassment for her. The only way that I think that you're right is if something dramatically happens in Chicago, which if it can be worse. Listen, I give you this, bro. I will give you this. If Chicago can get any worse than it's already been, get ready because it's coming. Okay, that's a fair statement because this guy is about to run the economic base of Chicago right out of Chicago. The companies are already starting the team. The companies are already starting the team buses, and they about to get up out of there. And that's the only leverage that Lori Lightfoot will ever have to be able to say is, I at least kept the economy of Chicago back on track. This man might lose the economy of Chicago. If these businesses stop coming, it's going to knock down the tourism and it's just going to fall. And Chicago going to be in a world of trouble because they're going to be asking.
The Democrats are having their convention next year in Chicago, in Illinois. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. That was okay. What's wrong with that?
Okay, so again, me and you, we always on the same page, but we might be reading from a different book. But what I'm telling you, when it comes to this political strategy and what's brewing within the Black community right now, based on the immigration thing, because again, I'm looking at the comments.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because I think if the Democrats do something as ridiculous as putting Lori Lightfoot out there, she's only going to go against what they've been for since I've been covering politics.
But that's the thing. Why
would they do that?
It's the same Black people in Chicago that elected Lori Lightfoot.
Okay, but why would they?
They put in Brandon Johnson, a Democrat socialist. So what I'm telling you is the Democrat Party is going to have a dilemma this election year because all these Black cities are going to start getting more migrants. Wyatt, just because they didn't flood the gates yesterday or the day before, they coming. Like Deion Sanders said up in Boulder, Colorado.
We coming.
They coming.
They are.
And they may not be bringing Louis.
Stop saying.
But they coming with their plastic bags.
Stop saying they coming. They already here.
I'm talking about more coming, Wyatt.
I know what you're saying, bro. Let me finish my statement. I said
it's summertime, bro.
Stop saying that they coming. It's already 6 million of them here. That ain't no coming.
Yes, but it's only been about 500 in Chicago so far. I listened to your show yesterday.
No, I understand. I get it. And they coming.
And by the way, that was a great show yesterday, Wyatt.
Thank you.
With the callers. Shout out to Tracy from Cincy. Shout out to everybody who calls in and the clips. Bro, I think you might have found your little niche right here in the morning.
No, man. I watch the numbers,
bro.
I'm up against a serious situation in Cincinnati.
No,
I got a guy.
Wyatt, it ain't how you start, bro. It's how you finish. You just now setting your foundation on YouTube, bro, and you're doing a good job. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, thank you.
You're doing a good job.
I appreciate it, but
because it takes about 4 years to get the hang of anything, and I think you've been at it for what, about 3 almost.
It's been 3 years of March of this year.
Bro, you starting to hit your stride. You learning. Your shit is getting good, Wyatt. Well, that's all I said. Hey, wait. I hear something.
You hear the shot clock?
I hear it. I hear it, Wyatt. But just remember, 46 million Black folks, they love to party, and they going to spend their money. So keep talking about the financial.
Hey, drop before you go. I'm going to let you finish.
Yes, sir.
You hang up, bro. I need you to check the show because I got a clip I want you to see.
All right, I ain't going nowhere. I still got time.
Okay, bro.
I'm chilling. You know.
Go ahead, finish your outro. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, again, shout out to Steban Speed. Shout out to Brenda Harris. Shout out to Maurice Wagner. Shout out to Angela Kinney. Shout out to Anthony Prosser. Shout out to all the people on Facebook who stick and stay with Wyatt Live.
Thank you.
Drop Squad 52. Dropping science to anyone who wants to catch it. Peace out, Wyatt.
I'll send you the check. Drop. It's on the way. I'll cash app you. Kevin B. Phillips is in the building. You was on a boat yesterday, bro. How was the cruise? Are you still there? Don't tell me you watching from the cruise. Mama, I made it, damn it. If Kevin B. Phillips, my brother from Cincinnati, is watching Wyatt Live from a cruise ship, damn it, we made it. We made it. Don't tell me you back at home. If you back at home, damn it, it's just regular routine here. But if you are on a cruise ship, on an island, this motherfucker said, I'm home. Forget everything I just said. You was just on the beach yesterday. You was just on the beach. But I hope you had a great time, brother. You seen the post that I sent you. You was posting every moment of your trip, every moment. And I said, bro, you gonna lose a few. Stop showing people your family. Stop showing people how great life can be. Your beautiful daughter, your woman, your families, your family members. You better stop that shit. People don't want to see that. Man, I learned quickly. I learned absolutely quickly. My wife tried to tell me. She said, you better stay flying under the radar. If you really want people to dislike you, just show them who you really are. People don't like to see you doing good shit. They like to see it. They just don't like it to be you. So I told him yesterday, I said, bro, you gonna lose a few. He seen the text. I said, bro, you gonna lose a few. He out there at the beach. He got his beautiful little family, his daughter. She getting big, bro. Your daughter unbelievably growing up right in front of my eyes. It's been 3 years that I've been on the air, and I think we've known each other for about 3 or 4 years now. She was a baby. Well, of course, I know how fast that moved because I got 2 of my own. But my God, she was a baby. Now, you can't tell her ass nothing, can you? That's when you know they're at a certain age. Yes, you have to slow down on posting achievements. Post graduations, and my baby made it. Him and his D's and sometime F's and his extra credit that got his grade up to a D plus. Now he can walk. Show all that. That's great. Show your baby that got the 3.9. Show your baby that got the 4.0. Show your baby that got a 5.0. Even show your baby who just graduated and walked and on her way to college. Show all that great shit. That's great. But one thing you better stop doing, you better stop showing your lifestyle. People don't want to see that shit. People will cheer. They will cheer and really want to see you fail. They can't wait for you to hit rock bottom so they can try to figure out what happened to you. They can't wait to be able to say, I knew he wasn't shit. I knew it. They can't wait. And y'all be posting these pictures and, be saying things about your life and, oh, I just won 200 on the lottery today. Don't you know somebody got some losing tickets in their back pocket? They don't want to hear your shit. They don't want to hear that you won. I just spent $70 on some tickets and this motherfucker won 200 on the rip. And I got these tickets I got to tear up in my pocket. Let me check these tickets again. Y'all know that's true. People don't want to see you eat. The only time they want to see you eat is if you invite them to that same table you eating at. Now they cool with it. People don't want to see you with your new lace front. Girl, she ain't got no new lace front. Stop showing your new shit with the blind on the side and all this. They don't care. And they'll lie, be posting on there, oh yeah, that shit is tight, girl. That shit is tight on your post. That is tight. Get on her other phone. Girl, did you see Felicia? That old fake ass shit she got on. You know she got that shit at the wig store. That's how people do. That's how people do. See your driveway and say all your shit is leased. They don't know me. They don't know you. All he got, and all that's leased. He renting it. All that, man, fuck, look, I'm staying in the studio. No more home visits. Had a dude tell me he'll whoop my ass at my own pool table. He's never seen me take one shot. Never seen me take one shot at the pool game. I beat your ass on that pool table you got. Okay. How much you want to play for? Because I haven't said I can beat you, bro. I haven't said that I can beat you. But I have enough confidence in my game that I believe that I can play for $25 a ball. But I can't probably beat you, but I'm willing to bet on me. How about that? Instead of being nasty and rude and negative about something with somebody doing, I just challenge you and I'll put my money where my mouth is. Okay, I'll tell you what, since you can beat me and I've never seen you play, you've never seen me play, how about we just play for something? Make it worth it. Make the shit talking worth it. You can beat me. You never seen me play. Man, I've been playing bumper pool and pool my whole life since I was 6 years old at the Boys and Girls Club. I don't have a pool table for decoration. I have a pool table in my home because I play pool. But if you feel confident that you can beat me, you don't even know if I can rack balls. You don't even know if I'm left-handed or right-handed. But you can beat me. Okay. Put your money up. That's all. But see, I got all that negative vibes because I opened my home up. And I'm telling y'all right now, and then I'm going to move on to what I'm going to move on to. If you want to find out who really with you, if you want to find out who really care, if you want to find out who really rock with you in real life, not virtual reality world, if you really want to find out who rock with you, do some shit in life. They'll come out. All you got to do is do something. If you're sitting around being like them and talking about what you're going to do, talking about how shit fucked up and talking about this and talking about that, all you got to do is be a real individual, do some real shit, sign some checks. You know what I'm saying? Sign some checks, be independent, and you'll find out all you need to find out about the people that's real or not. They'll tell on themselves. Just get some shit. Do some shit. Do something that makes you an independent individual, puts you in a position where you don't really need anybody. And the real people who happy for you, you'll be able to tell. The people that don't like you, you'll be able to tell. All right? So look, let me go to this video real fast. I need to know, are my videos lying this morning? Oh, before I do that, y'all know yesterday I was called an individual that don't like kids, specifically black kids. Now, I ain't gonna get back into that conversation, but I just want to tell you how that came about. It came about because of my beliefs of how these kids should be treated. And I got a video right here. I want to show you something. Let me see if I have it. There it is. There it is right there. I got a video of how gym teachers used to be when I was a kid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's real shit. When I was a kid, gym teachers was a little bit different. Now, gym teachers for me was my favorite teacher because that's when you ran track and shot basketball and played sports. That's what that is. My gym teacher was my favorite teacher. Y'all remember Mr. McGee at Withrow? Who all y'all went to Withrow? A little short, Mr. McGee. That was the only gym teacher that I really didn't have a relationship with because he was a little bit different. I don't think he coached anything. Did he coach track? I think he coached track. I don't know, but he wasn't like the basketball coach. I know that. He wasn't that. All right. He wasn't the football coach. He wasn't that. All my other gym teachers were always my coaches on my baseball team, basketball team, or football team, or something like that. Mr. McGee was the only one. I think he was the track coach. I didn't run track for Withrow, so I wouldn't know who the track coach was, but I thought it was Mr. McGee. I could be wrong. But that all being said, gym teachers need to step up more like they used to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, gym teachers had shit on lock. If kids act crazy in school, that was the teacher that all the other teachers went to come get your ass out of class. They go get the gym teacher. Now, I don't know how it was in some schools, but in my school, most of the schools I've ever gone to, the gym teacher was the dude that handled the discipline. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I got a clip of a gym teacher when I was in class. Oh, we going way back. But this is how the gym teachers used to be when I was in school. Check it out.
Did y'all hear me? Okay. Didn't I tell y'all to stop? Did y'all understand what I said? When I say stop, I'm gonna knock the hell out of both of y'all. Did y'all hear me? Okay. Didn't I tell y'all to stop? Did y'all understand what I said? When I say stop, I'm gonna knock the hell out of both of y'all.
That's a gym teacher. That's a damn gym teacher. That's the type of teachers we need today.
Did y'all hear me? Okay. Didn't I tell y'all to stop? Did y'all understand what I said? When I say stop, I'm gonna knock the hell out of both of y'all.
Where the mace at? He blew the whistle. They didn't stop. Shit. I told y'all to stop. I don't think a teacher could do that today. They might shoot his ass. Hey, if y'all can have fun talking about that lady who got into a fight with a teacher and y'all want to clown her draws, y'all want to clown on what she's wearing, she had on flip-flops, She didn't have on her fighting gear that day. If y'all want to clown that, oh, I feel very comfortable clowning this shit right here. Absolutely. And if you want to take it serious, then go right ahead. Go right ahead. I don't care. Because I was very serious when I was making my points about how we need to do better in school. And y'all was having fun and calling me whatever you want to call me. Now that I have fun with some shit, now that's just a too crucial point. That's you get your panties all tight when I have fun with it. Yeah. Now that teacher who did this is probably not teaching anymore, or the security, whatever he is to the world. He's probably not doing it anymore. But one thing that we see in there is these kids fighting. Nobody will be like, I wonder what they fighting for. The real focus of these kids not having conflict resolution situations going on in their life will never be part of the conversation. It'll always be what somebody did to them. It'll never be, well, what the hell they got going on where they fighting each other? And here's the number one excuse that we give. We all fought. Come on, Wyatt. We all was kids at one time. There's some people on this Facebook page, on this Facebook Live right now that has never in their life had a physical fight. I ain't one of them, but there are some women on here and there are some men that might have talked some shit, might have got into an argument, but y'all ain't never went blow to blow with nobody because you didn't had a different way of dealing with shit. Or the person that you was dealing with had a better way of dealing with things. You wanted to fight and they didn't. And you just didn't have a fight that day. But let's be honest. Most people who look for a fight will find one eventually. True? Isn't that a truth? Most people in this world who look for a fight, they'll find one. Not everybody has conflict resolution down packed. If you're the type of individual that's looking for a fight, you'll find one. And you don't even have to be a very, very hardcore bully type of individual. You could just, like, for instance, show up on your job and be like, you know what? I'm fed up. I'm going to get into it with somebody today. Now, I don't know where you work. I don't know if it's only cuticles around you. I don't know if you work in an open forum or if you have an office that's just to yourself. I don't know your makeup, so I'm hypothetically speaking here. But if you show up to work and you want to get into it with somebody, there is somebody on your job that will welcome that argument, that will welcome that fight. Somebody, it might not be in your office building. Go downstairs on floor 3. Go to floor 8. Somebody in that building will give your ass what you're looking for. Yeah. So I'm going to show this one last time, and those that get all disgusted and all that old shit, don't say nothing. Because I showed that girl hitting that teacher 20 times. I showed that little girl spraying that teacher with mace 10 times. Now you going to get all in your panties in the bunch, and you going to get your jaws all tight because a gym teacher finally stepped up and said, enough is enough. I told y'all to go sit y'all little raggedy asses down. Now you got a problem. See, the thoughts are just not balanced. The thoughts are just not balanced sometimes. Let's watch it again.
Did y'all hear me? Okay. Didn't I tell y'all to stop? Did y'all understand what I said? When I say stop, I'm gonna knock the hell out of both of y'all.
I heard that whistle blow, and that was like the shot clock on Wyatt Live. It's over. It's over. They didn't stop, bro. I know he out of a job, as he should be. But that's the shit you could do back in our era. Anytime you allow a teacher to put their hands on a kid, like swats. Did y'all hear about the 68-year-old woman? The black lady that just got caught swatting 2 kids and she just got fired. She gave each kid, I don't know if it was in Illinois. I'll have to look it up. Maybe somebody could tell me where that is. But it was an elderly, not an elderly, but a older lady, like 67, 68 years old, teacher, been teaching for 50 something years. And not only did she get fired, she got arrested because she gave 2 students, she went old school on them and lined them up and gave them swats. Somebody recorded it and they disciplined the lady by excusing her from her job, and then she got arrested for assault. And I'm like, oh, okay, we can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. We can't touch the children, and I'm pro don't touch the children. Don't touch the children. I don't believe in hitting. First of all, I'm not a guy who I don't promote whoopings. Okay, I really don't. I've never whooped my children. I find that conflict resolution only extends itself out. When you whoop kids, you're just telling them that violence is okay. When you whoop a child, it passes on to them and it passes on to their kids most of the time. Not in all cases, because when I was growing up, I got plenty of ass whoopings. My grandmama, my mama, my aunts, my cousins, they all whooped my ass. My uncles punched me in the chest. Everybody whooped my ass. Okay, I was a bad child. Not bad, I just did some wrong stuff sometimes. And our conflict resolution was putting hands on you. And now when my cousins and shit beat up girls, it don't shock me. I watch how they fought each other. I had two cousins that they wasn't real close, but they lost their mom. And these dudes fought harder than they fought dudes on the street against each other. I mean, these dudes would fight to blood in front of me. In front of me, they would fight each other, bust each other eyes and nose open and mouth be bleeding, all that old shit. I was scared of them dudes. They know who they are. One of them watch the show. I used to be scared of them because I didn't want to get into one of them situations with them dudes. Because I wasn't ready to listen, man. If you bust my lip, man, hey, bro, if you make me bleed, I got to make you bleed. That's just how I was as a kid. I wasn't scared to fight one of them. I was scared that the fight would never end. Because I'm not going to let you get the best of me until you didn't got the best of me. All right, that was just it. There ain't going to be no stopping. So I just figured I watched them fight, and then their grandmother, who was my aunt, would break their ass up with a Wiedemann in her hand and a stick in the other hand. She'd hit their asses with sticks like they was pit bulls and shit, breaking them up. I'm like, damn, I don't want to fight them because you're going to have to bring that stick out. But when you use violence to settle violence, all it brings is more violence. Let's be real. We want to sit back and talk about whooping kids and all that old shit. I'm just not a believer that you whoop kids to discipline them. I think punishments are more effective. You see how they go crazy about their phones. I don't think I can beat a child hard enough, long enough, and effective enough than if you took their phone. That's whooping their ass to the 3rd degree. If you took a kid's phone today, that's the punishment. I tell you what, you keep your phone. I'm shutting down the internet. Shit. Show me a bigger discipline tool that you can use today other than violence. And that would be shutting them. You see these kids willing to die. They willing to fight for their phones. You can see it in who they fighting in school. My goodness. All right, so look. And I stick on that. Anybody that wants to debate that, I just don't think that whooping kids is the solution. I got one receipt for that. I can guarantee you the majority of people, I don't have the statistic because I don't know who took this poll in the penitentiary. But I can bet you that the majority of people that are in the state penitentiaries, they all got ass whoopings by their parents when they was kids. So the ass whooping don't really help. It's not going to lower the crime rate. It's not going to keep people from stealing. It's not going to keep people from selling drugs or doing drugs or whatever, get people harassing people, whatever, assaulting other people. Them getting ass whoopings as kids didn't help them. So it don't really help. And if you got any child that you had to give more than one ass whooping to as an adult, like if I had to whoop my kid as much as I got my ass whooped, then it's obviously don't work. Because if you got to whoop them more than once, the whooping is not really a threat. That kind of makes sense, right? I mean, I'm just saying, if you think ass whoopings work, they really don't. That's just to satisfy you. That's to make you as a parent feel like you just did some shit that's effective. My worst punishments as a kid, as I got older, was telling me I couldn't go outside. What you mean I can't go outside for a whole week? A week? And the biggest thing is, see, when I was at the age of getting punished, see, here's my thing. Law Homes was ass whooping days for me. I was small enough, my grandmother whooped me, my mama whooped me, my uncle and them whooped me. I got ass whoopings in Law Homes. By the time I elevated to the high rise in the Faye, I called it the high rise because it overlooked the city and shit. We moved on up like George and Wheezy. We went to the Faye. Had a yard. Just playing. We went to the Faye. By the time I got to the Faye, that turned into my punishment days. Princess Flower can confirm this right here. We lived in the same little area, right? She lived across the street from me, catty corner, look off to the right. Now, the worst thing you can do with me when I was a kid is tell me I can't go outside for a week. You know why? Because they used to play football. All the shit that we did as kids was right outside my door on Williamsburg. The football field, we make anything the football field, but we had the football field right in front of my door. The end zone was in front of my door of one side of the field, obviously. So when I got on punishment, I had to stay in the house and I had to sit in the window and watch them play football. And that was worse than any ass whooping you ever could have gave me, mama. That was worse than any whooping that you could have gave me, was not letting me go outside and play with my friends, watching them ride their bikes. Come home from school and I got to sit in the house. They knock on the door. Hey, Rand, come on, man. We about to play football, bro. I'd be like, hey, man, I'm a little busy, man. I got to do my homework. Okay, we'll be back. Come knock on the door 20 minutes later. Hey, man, we picking teams, man. Come on. We picking teams, bro. Hey, man, I'm still working on this homework. And then you hear them all. It reminds me of something off of a Spike Lee movie. Then you hear them all outside saying shit like, he ain't coming. He on punishment. He can't come outside. He can't come outside. Your mama ain't even home. And yes, I snuck outside a few times when I was on punishment. I changed my clothes and my mother didn't see the grass stains in my pants because she would have known I was outside playing football. Y'all got to understand. When I woke up in the morning, my mama was leaving for work. When I got home from school, my mama wasn't there. She was at work. So I pretty much could do some of the things I really wanted to do. So, my mother was a hardworking woman. For the little bit of money that she was making or whatever, she made sure that I was taken care of. Thank you, Mom. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Never. So now I got a video. I want to drop this down. I told Drop that I was going to play this video. He's probably gone. But if he is, my apologies. He'll catch it later. Maybe he'll talk about it later on or something. But I got this video that I want to know. Do you think that this is accurate information? Now, I didn't get a poll from the last video from my little brother when he was talking about us overspending. I just got a question about this one right here. And somebody help me, because when I say this type of stuff, hold on, where is it? Yeah, there it is. When I ask these same questions, or when I say this same thing that's in this video, I'm referred to as a derogatory name. When I say the same thing that this man, this preacher, a man of God, is about to say to you, man of God, this man of God is about to tell you something. When I say this, maybe it's my delivery. Maybe I'm not saying it properly. Maybe I just don't look like the type of guy that should be saying this. Because, looks are everything. Looks are perception. I had people tell me, man, I couldn't watch your show when you first started, man. I couldn't listen to that shit you was talking about and wearing a suit. Oh, yeah, man, I couldn't get into that guy, man. I couldn't get into that guy because of how he looked. The information didn't mean anything. It was how I looked. The education that I was giving was nothing. It was the look, because that was more entertaining or unentertaining to you. So I can remember when I first started how I used to dress. I was coming straight from the office and hitting the power button. And I remember the views used to be real high because everybody was stuck in the house on COVID and y'all didn't watch every Netflix movie that you possibly could. And you was just through with the out of country movies. You wasn't trying to watch that shit anymore. So I said, you probably just said, fuck it. Let me just listen to his ass and I could just have fun disagreeing. So I remember those days when the numbers were real high, but I also remember the times that people were listening probably because they didn't have much of a choice. And then I remember people saying things in the DM like, why do you think you better than us? Here you are wearing this type of suit and blah, blah, blah. Pocket watching. Once again, people, they think that you think you better because you do things differently. And it's not always that. Just like before I went on the air, and then I'm going to get to the clip, I was having a debate with a man about the gas prices. Now, I put a post out on my page. Y'all can go to it and see that debate. Now, I'm looking, I don't have a problem. I don't put things on my Facebook page that I don't expect people to react to. I want a conversation. I want you to react to it. I want you to engage in what I'm saying. So when I say something like, are y'all content with these gas prices now? Are you noticing how high they're going up? I expect people to say yeah or nay or no, or I don't expect you to tell me that you justifying why the gas prices are so high. I can do that for myself. I don't need your guesstimation or your guesstimate. What is that called? Guess education. I don't need that. I know why the prices are high. So this dude, and it don't matter if he's white. That's my way of saying he was white. It don't matter that he was white. He gonna come into the post and leave this long ass wrong answer. It had nothing to do. He said, well, how do you feel about the government subsidizing oil companies and they're making all these high ass prices? I said, well, first of all, your breakdown of the problem is wrong. And here's the other thing. You're coming at this conversation with a pocket watch attitude. You pocket watching the oil companies. My question to you, keeping it very simple and easy, is this. I ask everybody this question. Does it really matter to you how much money the oil companies are making? I'm just being a realistic person. Does it matter to you that they're making record high prices or profits or record low profits? What only matters to you? How is it affecting me directly? Isn't that how you feel? That's how I feel. How I feel is I don't care how much money they make. I just need to know how it's fair for me. Is that selfish? No, because my thought affects y'all too. My feel affects what happens with you as well. Am I wrong? Me caring how much I spend mean I care how much you spend. So why would you answer a question of are you content with the gas prices and come in and be argumentative and ask shit like, well, when they start paying their fair prices of taxes, what does that have to do with what you pay? It doesn't have anything to do with it. You just being argumentative. You want to come in and be the smart guy on the post. Okay, smart guy. You gave me a whole half a paragraph of what was going on and how they pricing and this and this and that. You gave me a half a paragraph of bullshit and it was all wrong what you said. Well, the government subsidizes the oil companies. Sure they do. But they don't subsidize their profit and loss. They subsidize the research that they do, that they ask the oil companies to do. They subsidize the foreign exchanges that they want them to do. They subsidize that. They don't subsidize their drilling. They don't subsidize their leases. They have to pay for that. They don't subsidize how they set their prices. That makes no sense. Let me ask you something. just to make it make sense. Because he used Coca-Cola as an example. He used a profit organization to compare it against a non-profit organization against a profit organization. His whole argument was based on subsidies from the government from a non-profit point of view, which we all know that the oil companies are profitable companies run by a CEO and a board. Okay? We know that Coca-Cola is run by a CEO and a board. But the government subsidized companies don't mean that they run those companies that they subsidize. They subsidize what part they have their involvement in that company. Let's give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let's talk about housing. If I own an apartment building, I own it, but the government subsidized my tenants. Do they tell me what I can do with my property? Do they tell me how much I can charge? They might not allow me to charge as much as I want to charge. They may only subsidize a certain amount of money. But now let's just say, for instance, I have an apartment and it's $1,000 a month. And you come in with a certificate from Section 8 or whatever, and they're willing to give you $700 a month. Well, guess what? You can live there if you want to. You just got to pay the difference out of your pocket. So they still can't tell me that I can't charge $1,000, $1,500 a month, but they're willing to subsidize a certain portion because they're helping somebody out, right? But it has nothing to do with the business of me and my estate. It has nothing to do with it. They're subsidizing an individual. They're subsidizing something that don't control what I do as a business. That's the same thing in the oil business. They subsidize the research and exporting of things that go on in other countries. They don't base, that subsidy is not based on the pricing, and it has nothing to do with what we're doing. That's why when you got a president that looks you in the face and says, these damn oil companies are making record high profits, that's why the gas is high, that's not necessarily true. Your virtual signaling, you know that half the people in the world don't know what the fuck you talking about. So whatever you say, sir, sounds proper to them. Truth of the matter is, because I'm making record high prices on my properties that I'm using for subsidized people, that don't mean that I'm taking advantage of a bunch of people and the government is helping me take advantage of them. It don't necessarily mean that. It means that they subsidizing their part of the responsibility. If I'm getting over what I'm supposed to be getting, it's because somebody's willing to pay for it. That's how that works. It's called capitalism. And if you're going to reduce how much you giving somebody, instead of giving them $700 a month to my $1,000, you only going to give them $200. That don't mean that I can't still get my $1,000. They may end up giving $800 and you and the government subsidizing $200. I'm still getting my $1,000. It don't mean I went up on my prices. It don't mean I'm making more profit. Y'all got to understand how money move. If you understand how money move, you'll hear a lie in a minute. And you stop listening to so many people that's talking about he lying. That's a lie. He lies so much. Usually the people that's talking about somebody lying all the time, they be the ones lying. That's a smoke screen. That is generally a smoke screen. If you have somebody disbelieve somebody, then you usually don't question the person that you believe, that you were listening to. You don't discredit the person that's telling you something bad about the other person. That, 6th grade lunchroom table shit. And I know it's a whole lot of y'all that ain't gonna want to hear this right this second, but I'm gonna play this video here in a second. But I know a lot of y'all have y'all been listening to this shit about that dossier? Do you remember how many shows on MSNBC and CNN put all that shit in our head as black folks? I don't care nothing about everybody else. I'm talking about when they virtual signal black people and they want you to believe somebody a liar and this and this and that. And y'all now see the truth of what happened in that Russia scandal shit. And CNN got to back a whole lot of shit up that they said. They ran story after story after story after story about somebody being a liar, the Russians with helping in the election, and the same shit that y'all bitching and complaining about that Trump dude, about him talking about the 2020 election and all that old shit. Hillary Clinton did the same fucking thing. The Democrats did the same fucking thing. They did the same thing when Trump won. They did the same thing that Trump is doing now about the 2020 election, even to the point of spending millions of dollars to try to make it look like Russia has something to do with that damn election. And CNN and MSNBC and Joy Reid and all the rest of these fake ass wannabe woke black folks did that to us. They put all that false information in, and guess who were the main culprits in it? The F, the B, and the I. The FBI and all of them colluded. They did that shit. It's proof now. Go check it for yourself. I ain't doing nobody's homework. If you really want to know the truth and how these people moving on you, who they put in place to give you your information, all you got to do is go look at the truth now. There is a dossier out there that shows you that these motherfuckers conspired, that the feds was lying. And guess what? Hillary Clinton paid a whole lot of money for that shit. Why would you pay so much money to be in power? That's an obvious question. I don't like none of them. I don't like Trump. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I don't like Biden. I don't like none of them, because you know what it is? They're divisive. They're divisive. All of them need you to help. They need you to hate the other side in order for them to get off what they trying to do. All of them. All of them. And I can't stand the fact that they users. I can't stand the fact that they sheep in wolves' clothes. I can't stand it. Watch this video.
As a pastor, why do you believe that we're seeing people who are going to church but still supporting CRT and some of these issues that are completely anti-Christ?
The Apostle Paul tells us that in the last days, perilous times will come, and men will be lovers of their own selves first and foremost. The truth is being held in unrighteousness. Many of the black churches today are more Democrat than they are Christian. They are holding on to the donkey, but they have relinquished the cross. There's an intentional plan to destroy the black community, use us as useful puppets for political propaganda and gain. So many pastors who are beholden to the Democrat Party, it's hard to get the truth out. You know, who would ever thought that we'd have a black pastor run for office and win his campaign using the Bible as a tool to push lies when the Bible speaks clearly against many of the things that he stands for?
Do you believe there should be any limitations on abortion set by the government?
A core protection that they've known for 50 years was taken from them by an extremist Supreme Court.
We call that kind of preacher a wolf in sheep's clothing.
As a
I mean, are these lies? Are these lies, guys? I mean, we all move by different drum beats. Some move faster than others. Some move slow, some move fast, some move medium, some move, somewhat, some stay in cruise control. But I don't think that I think what we need to do as people in general is we got to learn how to stop making other people's opinions enemy speak. This brother does not sound like he's trying to be an enemy of an opposition. I think he's just trying to be informational. I think he has the same approach. Now, of course, he sounds a little bit more articulate than me. He's suited and booted. And he's not argumentative. He's delivering in a real respectful manner. And I probably could do the same thing. But I don't know how long people would last on the show. When I wore my suits and my boots and shit like that, people was turned off. But he just pointed out hypocrisy at its finest. Let me look at something here. Watch this. Let me show you something right here. When you have a preacher who runs, I told y'all a long time ago, I didn't like the fact that preachers was getting into politics. I thought it was a bad look. I thought it was bad. I didn't understand it. It was not good. And I'm going to tell you right now, whether you like it or not, this look right here, y'all knew I'm openly admitting that when I was a child, I was a liar. One thing dope fiends know about each other, they know a dope fiend. One thing a crackhead know about a crackhead is that they're a crackhead. Somebody else a crackhead. One thing that gay people know about each other, they can kind of look each other and figure the shit out. They know who's gay and who got it in them. You better pay attention to them people when they tell you some shit like, when they say something like, "No, that dude gay." And if a gay guy tell you one of your buddies is gay, you better believe him. If a gay guy tell me, "No, hey Rand, your boy, your boy Ron gay, bro, I'm telling you." And I know that my friend is gay and he telling me another dude is gay, I'm going to believe him. I'm going to believe him over Ron. Ron can swear up and down till the cows come home. I ain't gay. Blah, blah, blah. Ron, gay. If my friend who gay tell me he gay, I know he gay. I'm going to believe the gay guy. That's all I'm going to say. Let me tell you what I know. I know a liar. I know how liars' facial expressions go. I know when they don't believe what they saying. I know when they saying some shit that they want you to believe, but they don't even believe it themselves. I know when they really saying some shit and they like, you believe what I'm saying? It's all in the eyes. That's him right there. This look right here tells me all I need to know of how he feel about what he's saying. This motherfucker lying. That look right there. That look right there is a, you believe what I'm saying, don't you? You believe what I'm saying, don't you? I don't really believe what I'm saying. I believe it as long as you do. That's that look right there. You know, the deer in the headlight look. He don't believe what he's saying. Now, what he said is true, but he don't believe it morally. You're a preacher. Listen to how he answers this question. Of course, it's the obvious answer, but listen to this question. Now, let me back it up a little bit. I'm going to let the pastor pull in. I'm going to let him put the hook on I'm going to let him bait it. Check this out.
Using the Bible as a tool to push lies when the Bible speaks clearly against many of the things that he stands for.
Do you believe there should be any limitations on abortion set by the government?
A core protection that they've known for 50 years was taken from them by an extremist Supreme Court.
We call that kind of preacher a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Now, here's the thing. The reason why this pastor just called him a wolf in sheep clothing is simple. You answered the question knowing that deep down inside, being a pastor, you shouldn't even believe in abortion. Now, this isn't my belief or disbelief of abortion. This has nothing to do with this. It's the simple fact that people will escape all their morals and principles for power. I told y'all a long time ago when this dude was running for that Senate seat over, what was the guy's name? Herschel Walker. All y'all could do was have all these memes and all this old funny shit about Herschel Walker. Y'all crucified Herschel Walker for being a black man sounding whatever. Y'all called him Radio Walker and all this old goofy shit. Y'all did all that. Y'all did exactly what white people used to do to black people. Make fun of them. Call them illiterate and stupid and dumb. And I found it to be disgraceful, quite frankly. The shit that I was hearing y'all say about Herschel Walker was the same shit that y'all would be bitching and complaining about if white folks would have said it. It's the truth. It's the truth. If Herschel Walker, if anybody white would have been saying that shit about Barack Obama on an open forum, y'all would call them names. If they would be saying that shit about any black person that I heard black people saying about Herschel Walker, y'all would have a problem with it. It would be a racial situation. Y'all would have it'd be a race riot going on in whatever city you live in. The shit was disgusting to me. But that's okay. You entertained. You allowed a liar in sheep clothing. You allowed a wolf in sheep clothing to get where he needed to be because you were entertained into that vote. We'll pick entertainment over education any day now. Any day. And instead of being like, that's why you got a president right now that feels comfortable going to an HBCU and dumbing down a secession speech, making it about race. What else could he do? What else could he do? He can't get there and do what a real man would do, a billionaire would do. He can't go in there and say, I'm erasing every senior's debt out of my pocket. He can't go do that. He ain't gonna do it. He's not gonna go in there and say some real shit like, guess what? You guys are the future of the American economy. You're about to do what only 28% of Americans are able to achieve, and that is get a college degree. You're about to go out here and be the maximum earners of the United States of America. He can't talk about the greatness of what they've achieved. He has to talk about the other shit that they have to be careful of. He has to fearmonger them. He has to make them feel like oppression is still there when in fact they've superseded oppression. These kids have achieved what was denied to them as a civil right many, many years ago. And you talking about some shit, you the Jim Crow. You the Jim Crow. You put most of their uncles and granddaddies and all that shit and their fathers in jail because of your bills that you passed, Mr. President. That massively incarcerated the people that didn't make the choices that those kids sitting in the seats made. And that is to choose education over entertainment, to choose the dorms over the discos. I know that sound old as hell. The clubs. These kids done exactly what they needed to do to be successful in America. How dare you talk about white supremacy? White supremacy is not going to stop any of them kids that was sitting in that audience. All those kids are graduating with degrees, some with degrees of honor. And you take your punk ass in there and the best you can do to get their attention. And some of them laughed at him. Watch that video at that commemorative speech when he said, you know, white supremacy is the biggest thing. It's the biggest threat to America. No, the fuck it's not. The biggest threat in America is not being educated and preparing yourself for life in America. Not going to get a trade, not going to get a degree, not going somewhere where you can oversee the minimum income barriers in America. The biggest threat in America right now is telling people that you got to be better than everybody in the world because of who you are. You just got to be great because you got to be great. Making people feel less than because of who. Aren't y'all played out with that shit? Okay, somebody put in the screen right now. Where all my the chaos agents? They over at the other platform listening right now. How fucked up it is here. But here's my question to them. If y'all want to tag one of them or relay this question or ask them one day this: if racism never happened in America, what would you be today? If America started out like it started out with slavery and just one day everything, let's say that they brought us over here and not as slaves. They brought us over here like the Mexicans are coming over here right now. If the Mexicans don't care if they come into a country and they become slaves, right? They come in here because they have a new opportunity. They're not even looking at America as being a slave country anymore. They have that privilege. The slavery has been put in. The work of slavery is done. Okay, it's done. It's dead. There's no more slaves in America, regardless of what people want to think. My question to you is this. Okay, Black Fox says this. She said, I would be rich. Black Fox, you might be rich now. I don't know. I don't know your income. But what white person right now is stopping you from being rich if you're not rich? What are they keeping you from doing right now that you can't do because white people control you? They have you enslaved some kind of way. Help me out, Fox. I'll use that as a perfect example because it was going right down the road that I needed to talk about. What are you not able to do right now? What are you not? Okay, see that? She says, I'm rich now with education. That's what you couldn't have way back in the day. Education, the ability to read, the ability to learn was held hostage. It was not even a right for us, right? But you're in a position to be able to achieve everything that they've been able to achieve. Now, let's be honest, not at the same starting point. Not at the same starting point, but there's no one in this world right now who can tell you that you can't do something. Name systematic racism right now. Black Fox. Name the one. If you could do one thing in this world right now, Black Fox, I'm going to use this as an example because I need this. I need this conversation for myself. If you could do one thing, you say that you're not rich, but you're rich in education. So number one, you've already torn down the ability to learn, the ability to be educated, which is the pathway of higher economics, higher money in your life. Being educated now puts you on a different level of higher income. You've already tore that barrier down. So now so she says welfare. Okay, or you're not on welfare with an education. I'm pretty sure that's the kryptonite to welfare is education. Y'all do know that, right? The kryptonite to education, to welfare is education. Jail system, education. There ain't too many guys sitting in the penitentiary who walked in there with college degrees. There's a few, but there ain't that many. You can count them. You won't get tired of counting them. If you go to a jail that's housing 1,500 inmates, you will not get tired of counting the ones that have college degrees. You can probably do it within 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 minutes, you'll count them all. 5 minutes. I love it. Black Fox said this. And look at Amber said, everyone ain't on welfare. Welfare is part. Do you know there's more white people on welfare than there are black people? So explain how welfare holds you down and holds you down specifically. There's more white people on welfare than there are black people. So we can't use welfare. If that was the case, then that would be an even thing, because if welfare is holding us down, then it must be holding white people down as well. I need better than that. Okay, give me this one. Well, Black Fox says the way the Constitution is written. See, that's a perfect example. The Constitution don't say anything about non-black, non-white people. The Constitution is speaking in general as people. Now, when it was written, black people weren't considered citizens. But now, how does that play in the hand? It don't say anything in the Constitution that says this don't apply to black people. It just didn't have black people in mind. It didn't consider black people when they were writing it, right? But now when you're considered a citizen, how don't those same laws apply to you? Somebody make this make sense. That's like me saying this, like, look, I only hire men. And my constitutional rules in my workplace are set for men. Because when I wrote this, I had no women in mind. I had no women in mind when I wrote those constitutional rules for my business. But now I got women that I'm hiring into my business, so now the rules apply for them as well. Now, if I was specifically saying in my rule base, like, okay, we are not going to allow women in this bathroom when there's no women here. See how I specifically singled out women and I brought women into the Constitution, denying them something? Your Constitution, I don't think, was denying black folks anything specifically. I think the Constitution is written for the citizens of America. And once you became a citizen of America, those same constitutional rules applied to you. There was nothing in there saying specifically you can't use that bathroom. I don't think so. So everything that we were given or we were allowed to participate in, we now can do. We now get educated. We have the ability to do what everybody do. Now, this is why I say it's classism over racism. And I got blowback from this yesterday. I was called a coon. I was called a black GOP Negro. I was called all that shit on E-Show yesterday. That's okay. That don't hurt my feelings because them niggas will be talking away. They'll be saying what they saying for the rest of their life to the day they die. They'll feel that way and they'll be chasing the money a whole different way. So that don't bother me. That don't bother me one bit. That don't bother me. But when you say things like, it's not classism, then I have to challenge that. I have to challenge that. I have to say, the same conditions that we are in, there are white people in the same conditions. I bet you y'all did. Who would say, nah, Wyatt, that's wrong? White. Why wasn't the Constitution written where they not in the condition that they in? What put them at a class that you and I are in? Why are they living way below their means as well too? Why? Is it racism for them? So if I got this business and I open it up and I'm only hiring men, and all of a sudden I start hiring people that are women and they highly educated, and they come into my business, all my rules was really catered towards men, but now I got to look at my rules and say, wait a minute, hold on. I don't have any rules in my Constitution that specifically says woman, 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 woman. So why would I change any of my rules? Everybody now applies with the same rules and have the same rights. The only people in this world that got racism still going is $5 million perm in the suit. $5 million perm in the suit. The only black people who lead that race are rich. They rich. They the total opposite of everything that they talk about every day. Al Sharpton has a net worth of $5 million. Joy Reid makes $1.6 million a year telling you what she tells you. John Lemonade made a little bit over $1 million at CNN. Any other names? Drop them to me. I guarantee you they rich. So how is it that rich people always telling poor people what's wrong with them? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Let me show y'all why y'all fucked up out here. But they rich. Somebody make that one make sense to me. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear that. Let me see if I have any of the chat. Then I'll move on. But I want to play this again. Y'all just going to have to bear with me. I want to hear this again.
As a pastor, why do you believe that we're seeing people who are going to church but still supporting CRT and some of these issues that are completely anti-Christ?
The Apostle Paul tells us that in the last days, perilous times will come, and men will be lovers of their own selves first and foremost. The truth is being held in unrighteousness. Many of the black churches today are more Democrat than they are Christian. They are holding on to the donkey, but they have relinquished the cross. There's an intentional plan to destroy the black community, use us as useful puppets for political propaganda and gain. So many pastors who are beholden to the Democrat Party, it's hard to get the truth out. You know, who would ever thought that we'd have a black pastor run for office and win his campaign using the Bible as a tool to push lies when the Bible speaks clearly against many of the things that he stands for?
Do you believe there should be any limitations on abortion set by the government?
A core protection that they've known for 50 years was taken from them by an extremist Supreme Court.
We call that kind of preacher a wolf in sheep's clothing.
As a pastor,
Sorry about that. Thanks, Tiff. I had it on mute. A lot of the radio and podcasts and people in the city aren't really talking about immigration in the right form or fashion. If they were, they would ask real simple, easy questions. They would attack it in a whole different way. I mean, they would be fair with their argument. They would be fair. If they want to say white people this, white people that, and this and this and that, all I ask them to do is hold on, let me see. Play a video like this one time and let me hear their response. I just want to hear their response. If they're going to talk about what's going on with immigration, because CNN has kept them silent, kept them ignorant of it, what are you saying about the people in Chicago now? I mean, they're not telling you what's going on. That don't mean anything to you, what you're hearing? Let me let you hear it, just in case those that may have missed it yesterday.
All these resources that have not come to us, now you want to overly compensate for people who never lived here before, and we need to be taken care of first and foremost before anything else happens here.
Why would any leader put our black communities already riddled with crime at further risk by placing unvetted non-taxpayers steps away from our seniors, our children, and our homes we've worked so hard on our own to secure?
We are at war, people. Our communities are at war. They are violating our communities, and we asking that we across the country, we asking and we're demanding for office of Black America, or whatever you want to call it, to deal with issues like this.
That's right. I did get placed on a wait list, but I was told that the immigrants was taking priority. See, that's a story that a lot of people don't know, and it hurt me. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I understand we need to be humanitarian, but these people my participants are third and fourth generation Chicagoan, born, bred, fed, and raised here. My grandmother, Mayrella Carrington, rest in peace, always said, Craig, charity starts at home first, and then it go abroad.
Politically, having over 500 people in our community would completely wipe out any interest we have.
Many of these migrants have been dumped in our neighborhoods without a plan in place to monitor and house them long term.
I'm not selling nothing. And I keep telling people, we don't have to move. If you sell, they gonna come in. If we don't sell, we gotta stand strong and go.
That's right. We just get started.
Listen to them racist ass black folks. They so racist. You know what they are? They're affected black folks. These are the same black folks that I bet you the radio ain't gonna put the phone up to the microphone and let the black folks in his community hear what these black folks are going through in their community. I bet you that ain't gonna be part of their conversation. I bet you he'll put a phone up to the microphone and let a white man call a black man a name, and that's how white people are to us. Keeping that chaos shit going. But you won't put no real shit of what's being affected in some of our communities based on these policies and these bills, these policies and how these politicians are doing our communities. You won't put no real shit up like that. You'll entertain people with the nonsense of track stars not really liking black people. All this, ain't enough coaches in the NFL that's black, and this. You can Al Sharpton us perm in the suit all day. But folks, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people will never really tell you because they ain't got the balls to tell you. They are not going to tell you the truth about this shit. They really not going to tell you the truth. But I'm going to tell you something right now. The way that we make a difference in this world, in America, I call America a world because it's our world. The way you make a difference is you got to be the type of person that is not only collecting checks, you got to be signing checks. You have to be able to be the person that's signing the front of a check, and not so much the back of a check. Because as long as you sign in the back, somebody's controlling your money. When you sign the front of a check, you controlling shit. You can determine what's in your neighborhood. You can create your own checks and balances. You can control what type of business you in. You can control how much money is in your community. You can control everything. And if we sitting back waiting on checks, then you waiting for somebody to save you that's not coming. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's my time, y'all. I appreciate all y'all being here. See you guys this evening at 5 o'clock. I'm out.
Ren is the villain, and you're just a hostage. So whenever I'm stepping, cover your head like an ostrich. Groupies been waiting for this, suckers been hating for this. You know why? Cause so many y'all relating to this. Jealous is how they're feeling intentionally, but then start to love it because I made it eventually. Bumping the music, I keep the music like pumping, cause Ren ain't in it for nothing. I keep the average crowd jumping. Yo, you know the color, the villain's in black. Always down, I make noise and attack, so you better get back. Unless you wanna come with it and make your face like a target and close your eyes when I hit it. You're screaming with fear, but it's with fear that you're screaming. You're waking up in a sweat, cause Ren is giving bad dreams. And I'm not scheming, I'm just telling the facts. That's how it is when in WA start to attack. So brothers, they wanna scrap with me. They're squeezing and sneezing, won't last a lap with me. Especially begging to write some lyrics with me. I just snatch your girl to take a nap with me. Cause when it comes to Ren, there's no comparison. And if you try to be me, it's quite embarrassing. But I understand cause you're mentally slow. Cause I can tell from the jump, you're too nervous to go. It ain't rough, it ain't me. He's black and he's about to attack. It ain't rough, it ain't me. Let me bust a freestyle then. I can tell that you're afraid to fight me. Simple because you lost the crowd. And they had to invite me because your sweat is a puddle. But they're the puddles of sweat. I'm a threat, so get a cold rag and wipe your neck. And clean the dirt off your face that cause acne. It's ridiculous thinking that you can jack me. This is the round where the punch will go until your H-E-A-D that's known as a blow. I'm making a point, but it's a point that I'm making. Like, see, I'm hating the fake, and I keep the suckers like shaking. Scared to speak with a thought when they're chosen. The sound of my voice in their ear and they're frozen. This is about to the death, it's like the same old. Against a brother on a tip with a cane go. Giving them pain, but it's with pain that I'm giving. But I'm comparing and tearing them, but I'm making a living. With the hype of a 9-volt battery. And the odds for me to conquer is averagely good, meaning I'm a flow. I'm from the streets, so yo, I'm ready to go. It ain't me. No Ren, he's black and he's about to attack. It ain't me. Man, what you gonna do now? Get funky, about to attack. It ain't me. No Ren, he's black and he's about to attack. It ain't me. Man, what you gonna do now? Get funky. The do not disturb sign is in effect. While I'm thinking of a food to select to give the victim the verdict. So for the verdict, the victim slamming my vocals on the desk with the rest. Then I kick them, tell them they're guilty, and peep out the bailiff. And get a new track of drums so I can play with percussion. Pumping it loud when I perform. Yo, you wanna play in my game? Put on a uniform. It ain't a rule in the book, you have to go by. Hey, cause when it comes to cheating, yo, you should know I put fear in the heart. Cause it's the heart full of fear. Cause what you hear in your ear is something funky and clear. The Hulk was incredible, yo, but Renee was stupid, but now I'm ruthless. A civilian and not a trooper, but a soldier with the top ranking. Giving dumb material, the hell with the ganking. So play like an airplane and just jet. And keep your blood pressure low, cause I'm a threat. Cause if not, I'm afraid of the show that you're a sucker and you're too nervous to go.
Eastern Side Beats. Cheese Barg.